Hey guys, how's it going? And welcome to Espresso with Sky, giving you a fresh perspective on faith, life, God, and the Bible. Pastor Sky over here in Malaysia, and hope you guys are just enjoying your week. Yes, last week I did not put up a video because I didn't make the video, so that's my fault. But I have one for this week, and I hope you guys will enjoy it today. It's been like a month and a half here in Malaysia, but I wanted to share with you another event that happened with me and my car. All right, so it's not even my car, it's my friend's car that they lent to me. So we already know that number one is I had a radiator leak. So, my car stalled in the middle of the road. I had a flat tire. I locked my keys in the car. Police pulled me over. And now you can add one more thing to that list. And what happened, I broke the rear window of my car. A lot of people saw my Instagram, they're like going, oh my gosh, what happened? And of course, their first thoughts were, number one, did you get into a car accident? Or number two is, did someone break your window and steal something from your car? The reality is quite embarrassing, but I broke the window from rearing into a parking spot. That's how I broke it. So it is quite embarrassing, but it's something that I'm learning a lot from right now too. Yeah, I know. People are thinking to themselves like Pastor Sky, what's wrong with you? You must have the worst luck, or you are a terrible driver and no one will ever lend me their car again. And you might not believe me in this one, but I actually have an amazing car driving record. I do. Actually, there's one funny thing that someone told me. They're going, hey, guess what, Pastor Sky? This is actually a good thing. I'm like, all right, so how's it a good thing? It's well, it means that God is giving you more topics and more things to talk about on your YouTube channel. And I was like, well, can God do something a little bit less expensive, right? So I'm not learning these types of lessons. So, but I am very grateful and thankful that I went through this experience and really had a good time to talk with God about it. So let me get a little bit more into this story. So I went to the gym, and as you can tell, I have been working out a little bit more, but I went to the gym and at the parking spot, I'm backing into a parking spot. I have a lot of other things on my mind, but my car has a rear, a sensor, so that if you get close to something, it starts to beep and tell you. And I guess I was going too fast. And by the time I heard the beep, or I don't even think I heard a beep, I just heard the back window break. And I was like, man, not again. And I look back and just the window is smashed and I'm just sitting like, what? I get out of the car, I look around, there's glass all over the floor. And I was just like, oh, I don't want to deal with this anymore. So I just went to go work out. I came back down and then I started driving home. And I'm gonna be honest with you guys, it was embarrassing. It really was. Cars slowing down, looking at my window, and then some people pulling next to me and looking at me going, hey, your window's broken, I don't know. So I was sitting there going, man, that's so embarrassing. And I just wanted to get home and hide in my house because it just wasn't a cool experience. But a couple days later, I started to pray about this. I asked God and I said, God, what can you teach me through this? I had a conversation with God in my heart. It was God was asking me, do you know why it happened? And I was like, yeah, it's because I wasn't paying attention, right? And God said, so now, because of not paying attention for one moment, you have to pay a lot of money for it. You gotta suffer for this. Yeah. And then he said to me, what happened on the way home? And I was like, well, everyone was slowing down. People are pointing out that I have this, broken window and such. It was just so embarrassing. So how did it feel? I was like, well, it didn't feel good. Like I said, I'm ashamed, I'm embarrassed. I couldn't even look at those people who were, I looked at them kind of at the corner of my eye and I can see that they're pointing to the back window. I didn't even want to look at them because I was so embarrassed. Then what God said was, it's the car that's broken, but why do you feel embarrassed? And I was like, because I'm the one driving the car. The Holy Spirit led me to a verse, and it was 1 Peter chapter 5, verse 8. And it says, be alert and sober-minded. Your enemy, the devil, prowls around like a roaring lion looking for someone to devour. When we think about the devil being a lion, one of the things the lions do, and if you guys watch the Nature Channel, lions don't just run around and try to catch a zebra or a gazelle. They kind of stalk the prey first. And what are they looking for? they're always looking for the weakest animal. In most cases, they say that I believe the stats something like lions will only kill like 20 to 30% of the prey that they run after. So like you're like 70, 80% of the time, they're not catching the prey. It's all wasted energy. So they're always looking for the weakest animal. And what God was speaking to me in my heart was, you have to be always alert. And especially as people of faith, right? And I'm sure there's people of many other faiths that are watching too. One of the things that always gets us is our faith is fine, we're doing well, but it's just like that one moment we're not paying attention where we kind of get captured and caught in this terrible situation. You're so embarrassed and you can't believe you did this. You've been holding yourself really well for so long. It's just this one moment. And what God was speaking to my heart was, hey, especially at this time at the end of the year, when it becomes this festive season where everyone is, wanting to be happy, celebrating Christmas, and they kind of let themselves go. God was telling me at this time, you have to be even more sober-minded and more alert, because this is the time where Satan is watching everyone and just looking for that one moment, that we're gonna falter, the one moment we're not alert or sober-minded, and that's when he catches us. And I really hope that all of us here too really keep in mind, yeah, it's a holiday season, but if anything, I hope that your faith doesn't go on a holiday, right? Just because we don't have school, just because we have some holiday break, doesn't mean that our faith goes on break. Our faith is part of our daily life. So everyone, I hope that story kind of helps you guys out a little bit more with the time that's happening right now. And I hope that all of us will really be able to become good drivers of our lives. The driver's always on the inside, and your body's gonna show what the driver is doing because the driver's got the steering wheel. All right, everyone, have an amazing and awesome week. Christmas is just around the corner. Have an amazing holidays, and we'll see you guys again next week. All right, everyone, take care and bye-bye.